WFAA-TV. This is the News 8 Update.
My daughter, Selena, was killed this morning by a disgruntled employee.
Selena, the queen of Tejano music, is gunned down at a Corpus Christi motel. Her alleged assailant holds police at bay for hours, then finally gives up just moments ago.
And that story tops the update tonight. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us. The suspect gave up less than half an hour ago and was quickly taken away by police. Investigators will now try to determine exactly what led to Selena's death. At 23 years of age, the singer was in the prime of her career, on the threshold of mainstream success. But Selena's life came to a tragic end today in Corpus Christi. Channel 8's Edie Dreyer joins us now live with the latest. Edie?
Chip, the standoff here at the Days Inn Motel was just moving into its 10th hour when police finally were able to convince the suspect to surrender. If we take a look at some videotape that our cameras shot just about 20 minutes ago, you see the suspect sitting here in a red pickup truck. That's where she held police at bay for nearly 10 hours. Police made several moves to try and flush her out, but they were unsuccessful. The woman was holding a gun to her head, threatening police, but finally police were able, through constant negotiations, to convince her to surrender. And all evening long, vigilant fans stood by here to see just how the dramatic standoff would end. When night fell, spotlights were turned on to illuminate the woman holed up in a pickup in the motel parking lot. That allowed SWAT teams to stand just inches away from her. A close-up shot shows the suspect crying and talking on the phone with negotiators who say she's suicidal. Selena's father says the woman who shot his daughter is Yolanda Saldivar. She used to manage one of Selena's clothing stores and her fan club. The singer reportedly went to the motel to fire Saldivar for allegedly misappropriating funds. But police say instead the suspect pulled out a gun.
We don't know exactly, but it probably started in or near a room in the motel and then evolved into the parking lot. And then the victim collapsed in the lobby of the hotel.
Selena was shot in the shoulder and back. She died shortly after arriving at the hospital. The music star's family lives in Corpus Christi, and her father says the family's been having trouble with the alleged killer for some time.
Yeah, she was the president started out as the president of the fan club, and then she was hired as an employee for Selena at her stores, and there was some discrepancies with the fan club, and it resulted in her shooting Selena.
Selena was one of the most popular figures in Tejano music. Many Mexican-American teenagers think of her as their Madonna. The flamboyant entertainer has been performing since age 6 and won a Grammy last year for Best Mexican-American Album. But now the music is silent, and police still don't know what prompted the shooting or exactly how it escalated to such a violent end. Immediately after the woman gave herself up, police whisked her away to police headquarters for questioning. They say that they won't be filing any charges until at least tomorrow. And also we noticed that there have been hundreds of fans gathered here all afternoon and all evening, and they let out a simultaneous cheer as this siege ended peacefully without any more death or injuries. But it's going to be some time before these fans can forget their heroine and their music star, and it's going to take a little bit of healing here in her hometown of Corpus Christi. Chip, John.
Okay, thank you very much, Edie.
The murder of the Tejano superstar has North Texas's Latino community in shock tonight. Channel 8's Renee San Miguel reports Selena's fans have their memories and her music to console them in their time of grief.
A bullet has silenced Selena's voice forever. So about 1,000 of her Dallas fans, mostly young Hispanics, sing for her.
She worked so hard to get to the very top, and then somebody took it all away from her.
She had already gone a long ways, and this should never have happened.
I love you, Selena.
Selena, we love you.
They may not have known or even met Selena Quintanilla, but those attending the candlelight vigil feel like they've lost a good friend.
We were just getting good.
Simon Molina did lose a good friend. Simon the Diamond, local DJ and Tejano promoter, had known the Quintanilla family since Selena was 11.
Selena's not dead. Selena lives. Selena will live in the hearts of the little kids who sing Bitty Bitty Bum Bum.
The fans all over are calling today.
What makes the day twice as bad for Molina is the fact he also knew the woman who's accused of murdering Selena.
I don't know what happened to Yolanda, but she went nuts. Took something from us, from everybody.
The last time I saw her was at the Grammys in New York.
Selena was part of the new Tejano wave. But Little Joe Hernandez was there first, paving the way with his Tex-Mex rhythms.
The sad thing is that she was just starting out. She's nowhere near her peak. She had so much to give and so far to go. But hopefully there is a silver lining.
That silver lining? That her death will shed more light on Tejano music. In an interview last year for Channel 8's La Vida, she spoke about crossing over to a mainstream audience.
I think our music caters to everybody in general. I don't think there's any barriers. We, cater to young kids. We cater to teenagers, middle-aged, and older people.
Selena's latest song to crack the top 10 is Fotos y Recuerdos, photographs and memories. For her fans, that's all that's left. That and her music.
Now, since the candlelight vigil started about 7 o'clock tonight, traffic's been pretty thick in the downtown area. Mostly folks circling the John F. Kennedy Memorial here downtown, honking their horns loudly like you hear right now and playing Selena's music very loud in their car stereos. About 15 minutes ago, police started blocking some of the streets around here, Houston and Commerce, and those leading into the West End. But they're opening up again right now. Police have reported very few problems, mostly people just wanting to remember Selena and her music. I'm Renee San Miguel reporting live. Back to you in the studio.
All right. Thank you very much, Renee.